lot of people misunderstand the concept of being confident with arrogance. A lot of people think they're confident by looking down upon others. But if we were to break down and we were to analyze, that's really not the way to gain respect from people. Because if you're an arrogant man, or a woman, then you just push people away, or you're gonna lead by fear, or you're gonna lead by what you attract. You're gonna attract people that are just as arrogant as you are, and that's gonna bring your energy down because we're all made of frequencies, and our everyday lives shows it. The way we treat our parents, the way we treat our family, the way we treat our friends. So we gotta always make sure that we are always on the right path, and we are always respecting people. Because if we decide to do something bad, if we decide to be arrogant and live the life our own way, then there's something wrong because we're being selfish. So that's what it means to be confident and not to be arrogant, because nobody likes arrogant people. So make sure you don't look down upon anybody, because you're no better than anybody. We're all children of God, and we're all made in unique values with unique lifestyles and unique experiences. Number two, set clear boundaries. Okay, so setting clear boundaries, what that means is you, as a person, are just starting out. You have a friend group, whoever it may be, and somebody does something to you that you don't like. For example, you're drinking coffee and somebody just, I don't know, just bumps into you, kind of like a joke or just for fun. I don't know, they think it's funny. That really bothers you, but they think it's a joke. And when you confront them about it, they're just like, hey, dude, you can take a joke. So that's one of many examples of setting a clear boundary. First of all, when things like that happened, it has probably happened before, but if it had not, here's what you should say, okay? Because you are a person that demands respect, even if you might not think that way yet. Everybody is unique. Everybody deserves some degree of respect because we're all individuals. So when somebody does something that hurts you or makes you feel upset, don't let it bother you. So here's what you're gonna say. You could be like, you could look at them in the eye and let them know right away without a stutter, without a without a ah, without a like, without a cutting out or just like just set up a good posture and tell them, hey, I'm not okay with that. I'm an individual and I have boundaries, and some stuff that you guys do or you do are not okay. And if your friends or whoever it may be fails to recognize that or fails to accept that, then it's just their issue. You should separate yourself from them because that's not a good that's not a good influence at all. At all. Okay, key point number three, and I think I should have made it number one because I think it's the most important topic point by far, which is leading by example. I can't stress this enough. I think the most important thing about a good lifestyle and a successful and very exponential and excellent lifestyle or a way of life is by doing something and having people look at it and they're like, oh, excuse me, you actually achieved it because you're not just talk, right? You don't want to be a clown. You don't want to have that status oh yeah, that guy just talks, or yeah, that guy, I never seen that guy act. He's a great talker, but he doesn't act. So I think, I'm sure, I don't think, leading by example is one of the most important key factors into gaining respect from people, because it truly shows what you're capable of, and that you're not just a joke, that you're actually serious about what you want to do. Number four, be honest and trustworthy. Now, every day, or some days, I'll say some days we might want to do something and we might think we're stick with it. We maybe don't want to go work out, or maybe don't want to go do such and such, or just we're doing something bad, but nobody really knows, right? Only ourselves, nobody else. Sometimes it's most of the time something private. But here's where God plays a big role. If you're a believer, which I hope you're watching me, I hope you are a believer, because I am. If you're a believer and you do such, you're not being honest with yourself, and you're not being you're not being trustworthy to yourself, because you're creating a false persona. You're being a hypocrite. If you're not honest, then you're not trustworthy. If you're not trustworthy, then you're not honest. Now, I'll let you guys think for a second. If you're not honest, you're not trustworthy. If you're not trustworthy, you're not honest. It's all within you. You can't hide things from God. You can't just go somewhere and and just like do something bad, or do something that you think you're slick and you can't hide away, and then that be it. Because God will know. And sooner or later, your energy, your frequency is going to show itself out. And God, the all knowing, is going to see that. And you're gonna pay whatever you have to pay, because God is just. God is very just. And that's just how the world works. So please be honest and be trustworthy. Not only that, it also builds you a character. It makes you a better person overall. All right, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we're almost there. Number five, key point to gaining respect from people. And this one I personally struggle with. I pause a lot, or I just, most of the time, I say ums and ahs in my sentence. And I'm a victim of this. Learning how to communicate effectively. Now, this could be anything from vocabulary to reading to listening. Even listening. Listening is communicating. You know, listening is part of communication. If you listen well, you're communicating. Your ears are talking to their vibration. Your ears are talking, and you're receiving the information. Your brain is processing everything. It's not in vain. It's not vague. It's there. So learning how to communicate effectively. Now, if you have an issue with that, which I do, and I'm still working on it, there's many videos of what to start with. But to save you some time, I'll just tell you what to start with. The vocabulary is the most important one. The second one is your pauses. You need to use your pauses more instead of opening your mouth, and then that air that the air is gonna create that or ah sound, and that makes you look incredibly not reliable at all, because you're not being effective with your wording. Your diction is not active. Your diction is not being used as a good, effective way to communicate properly with somebody else. So, ums, no more. Us, no more. Likes. I don't like the word like. You should use as. It's just a thing that intrinsically makes the person looks more confident and automatically leads for you to gain respect from people. By the way, this is an ethical teaching. I'm not teaching you to gain respect through bad things. I'm teaching you how to gain respect the way I gain respect. The way my best friends, my friends, or even my enemies have some degree of respect for me because of the way I act towards them. They don't expect it. It's an ethical teaching. It's nothing bad. It's nothing with malicious intent. Everything I'm telling you right now is what I've done and what I still do and what I need to work on because I'm not perfect at all. I learned from teaching, if that makes sense. That's a common way to do. That's a common thing to do. It happens all the time. And I also learn by learning. I also learn through critics or help or whatever it may be. But I'm always learning. So I'm not perfect. I don't want you guys to look at this and see as something detrimental. Okay? Everything that I'm saying here is positive and is ethical. You can totally use it. I'm an ethical guy, okay? I try my best. And this is me. This is the raw me. This video is barely edited. I'll probably just cut out some parts and this is it, okay? All right. Let's focus, okay? Let's do a little bit of focusing here. Following up what I just said, people. People, listen to me. Key point number 6. Okay. Being respectful and empathetic. Look at this. Look how beautiful this is. Be respectful and empathetic. Beautiful. I mean, it's self-explanatory. If you want respect, you cannot be a a hole. You know, you cannot be a bad person. You cannot be a arrogant person. That ties back to number one. Okay, if you're respectful, you have confidence. Okay, it leads one thing leads to another. You're not gonna have confidence if you're arrogant because it's gonna bite you. It's gonna come back. You can't hide. But if you're respectful and you care for people, you're empathetic, you care for people, then it's just gonna come what you attracted. The positive aspect, the positive lifestyle that you attracted is going to get to you. Sooner or later, it's just gonna happen. So please, I mean, if I haven't said it enough, people, if I haven't said enough, it's really important. If you want respect, you should be respectful to everybody. Everybody, I'm so serious. All right. Last but not least, let me just make sure I'm saying this right. Empathetic. Yes, yes, I am. Okay, sorry. Last key point. Okay. Last but not least, I struggle with this one. Okay, I at times and many times I don't like criticism because I I guess I'm sensitive. I guess I could say that I'm sensitive, but I'm working on it. I promise you, I'm working on it. Be open to feedback and constructive criticism, okay? To construct you, to build you from ground to just the end, okay? Being open to feedback, something I tried recently and it's working well. I'm getting much more comfortable with criticism because I know from who it's coming from and I know that it matters because it's constructive. When somebody gives you a critic, you just have to use something called creative critical thinking. Okay? Creative critical thinking, which by the way is one of the sorry, not one of the best asset of 2024. Creative critical thinking, which is over ethical overthinking. Okay, no, please don't quote me. I did not say overthink. I'm saying to ethically overthink is a good thing. So meaning, if somebody's giving you a feedback and I don't know, they're just a bad person. They they're hypocrites. Okay, let's just use the hypocrite example. They're giving them criticism and then they just say, "Oh yeah, you should do this, you should do that," but they don't really care about you, and you know that. You're aware. Why would you listen to them? You know, why? I mean, you could be polite and be like, "Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah." But you don't have to listen. You know, because them themselves, it shows, right? They did not put the work. They don't gain respect from people like you are going to because they haven't done one, two, three, four, five, six, seven. They haven't gone through the seven key points to gain respect. They don't know about this and they continue to live their lives the way they want to live. It's a selfish life. So if somebody's giving constructive, well, criticism that is not constructive, and you know it, you should not listen to them. And more importantly, you should not be bothered by it because most times people like that, well, they call them haters. People like that, they just literally, the name says itself, hater. They just want to hate on you. They want to get into your mind. They want to get into your brain. So be open to feedback and constructive criticism from somebody that you know that cares for you, even if it's a little bit. You know that they care and they're doing this for your well-being. Then you should definitely listen to them because it's worth it. So yeah, these are my seven key components, key um, well, tips, I guess, whatever you want to call it, to gain respect from people. And it's ethical. It's nothing malicious, nothing evil, and it's how I've been using, how I've been living my life for the past, I say, almost like 2 months now. Yeah, 2 months. Because before, I already knew a lot of people. I knew a lot of folks. However, I was not providing enough value for me to gain respect like the way I am gaining respect now. So after I started applying these, my life has just changed upside down. Everything just shifted, and now I'm doing much better for myself. And I know that now, truly now, I got some people that I can really trust. Not that I didn't before, but now I'm certain that I can trust them because I gain respect from them. And the other way around, they gain much, much, much more respect from me because we are on the same life path. That's what's going to happen. You're gonna better yourself, and people are gonna be there with you in the same life path. This is the video today. If you guys liked it, please make sure to comment. If you're on YouTube, subscribe. If you're on Instagram, don't forget to follow me. This is a new format again. I'm testing this out to see what happens, and I'm getting to know. I don't know if the audio is good, the camera, and yeah, this is on Discord. It was live, um, and yeah, this is interesting. I'm excited. I'm excited. Being I'm feeling really optimistic for the future, for what the future holds for me. So yeah, God gave me everything. Yeah, I mean, I'll just leave it at that. God gave me everything. Thank you very much for watching. I love you. And whatever you're going through right now, God is with you. And me, a stranger, loves you and cares for you. That's why I did this. That's why I felt that it was right to do this video. And you deserve it. So be well. Much love, much kisses. Take care, fellas.